By doing so, they are not just putting themselves at risk, they are putting the lives of older and vulnerable Australians at risk. The majority are doing the right thing. To the minority, you need to listen to the advice. This is a matter of life and death. So I call on every West Australian, do the right thing. Follow the rules. And if someone is ignoring them, call them out. Call them out. It is our duty as West Australians. I also want to again thank those amazing West Australians doing an incredible job in trying circumstances. Our health workers, our teachers, our police, truck drivers, shop assistants, cleaners, bus drivers, everyone across the community. You are serving our community in the most difficult of circumstances. We owe you so much for what you continue to do. Thank you. As the Prime Minister announced last night, in just a couple of hours at 12 noon, we will be moving to stage 1 of the new restrictions on social gatherings. Given the world we live in, we need to expect these restrictions could be in place for at least 6 months. These decisions are based on the best medical advice in the country. The following facilities will need to close: pubs, bars and clubs, gyms and indoor sporting venues, cinemas, entertainment venues and casinos, large religious gatherings and places of worship, libraries and cultural institutions. Restaurants and cafes will be restricted to takeaway and home delivery. This is regrettable. This is regrettable and very, very sad. I feel terrible. I feel terrible about this. Coming to this decision with the Prime Minister and other state leaders was not something I ever wanted to be doing. But unfortunately, it's necessary to protect us all. If we don't go down this path, more and more people will be infected with COVID-19, and it will risk putting significant pressure on our health system. This is about saving lives. It's as simple as that. Unfortunately, this means devastation for many businesses and their employees. My heart goes out to those people who have built up their businesses from scratch and now have had their whole lives turned upside down because of a virus we'd never even heard of a few months ago. This stage of restrictions will change the Western Australian life as we know it, and we might need to go even further. Stage 2 of restrictions, if we go down that path, will be more extreme and impact our lives even more. Last night, leaders agreed that children should continue to go to school. This is based on the best of medical advice. I've always said that closing schools is a last resort, but I understand many parents are concerned and want to keep their children home at this time. It is for that reason that we will relax the law and provide parents with choice. If parents decide not to send their kids to school, we will not enforce the law that requires you to do so. But I stress, if parents do decide to keep their children home, parents must abide by all other laws, and that includes all new social distancing rules that have been introduced. WA schools will remain open through to the end of the current school term, which is just under 3 weeks away. Many non-government schools will provide access to online and distance learning. In the public system, we will provide access to resources for parents and students so they have the option to continue with an education program for the remainder of the term if parents choose to keep their kids home. I understand many parents and education staff are worried, but I assure you we don't make these decisions lightly. They are based on the best medical advice in the nation. I want to thank every staff member in our schools again, teachers, education assistants, all staff. Thank you for what you have been doing from the bottom of my heart. I cannot stress that enough. I want to also inform you of a new development with cruise ships that has just come to light this morning. This morning we were advised that the Magnifica cruise ship that has been in Australian waters for some time, carrying over 1,700 passengers, wants to arrive at Fremantle port within the next 24 hours or as early as tonight. Currently more than 250 passengers have reported upper respiratory illnesses. I am advised all passengers are from overseas Germany, France and Italy. This morning I've contacted the Prime Minister and have spoken to the Home Affairs Minister Peter Dutton to explain that my priority is to protect West Australians. I will not allow what happened in Sydney to happen here. We will not allow passengers or crew to wander the streets. This is a non-negotiable position. Options are currently being developed between the Commonwealth, the Defence Forces and the state government. We are working cooperatively with the Commonwealth and in particular Minister Dutton to resolve this matter, and I'd like to thank the Commonwealth for their support. Options are currently being developed between the Commonwealth, the Defence Forces and the state government. We will work with medical authorities to provide assistance to those in urgent needs. My first priority has to be protecting Western Australians. This is an emerging and an evolving issue. We will work with the Commonwealth throughout the day to come up with a plan that properly protects our state.